in South Windsor, Connecticut. This is Rich Palladino at ringside, humbled to be working alongside the legendary Les Thatcher. Les, welcome to RWE.
Thank you, Rich. Enjoyed sitting down here with you. I'm looking forward. This ought to be a really good match. Antonio Thomas and Rhett Titus, two fine young athletes.
Yeah, and apparently the mastermind, Marshall McNeil, has now taken who we knew as the Promise Antonio Thomas under his wing, has rechristened him Thomas the Promise Santel.
Okay. But is he still the same wrestler? That's my question.
I'm pretty sure that is the same man that you and I mean, I've known this man for a good 10 years, and he's always going to be Antonio Thomas to me, but Marshall McNeil, he's the mastermind, so apparently this is now Thomas Santel. Either way, he's in there in a rematch of the 2013 Super 8 tournament against Rhett Titus.
Should be. They went right to work on the mat. Antonio is a good technician, very good technician. Titus is as well, but Rhett likes to get up and move. So I think there's a big difference in styles is what we're going to see in this match, too.
And it's interesting to see these two in singles competition. As we know, both of these men, former tag team specialists, of course. Thomas, one half of the Heartthrobs, of course, with his partner in WWE, and Rhett Titus, of course, and Kenny King, former Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. So here they are going one-on-one.
And it's a whole different psychology, too, singles wrestling versus tag team. But I think these guys are well-versed enough in the profession to be able to make the transition. And I think we're seeing a lot of respect from both guys for each other here, too, because they're not getting up there and cranking it up 100% right now. They're feeling one another out. Titus is using good mat work, as is Antonio, and should be a good technical match.
As you said, different psychology. It's also a different method of pacing, as you don't have the man on the outside to make the tag.
Right.
So here we are one-on-one.
Antonio rocked him with that European uppercut.
And just clobbered him right between the shoulder blades. Titus now backed into a corner.
Rhett has gotten himself really in good shape coming off the injury and his rehabilitation.
Yeah, he looks great. It's been a long time since I've seen him. And here they are going at it in RWE. Up and over he goes.
Nice monkey foot by Titus.
And Marshall McNeil, croquet mallet and all in hand at ringside, directly in front of us. Oh, come on, get him off the apron, ref.
Oh, man. Oh.
And McNeil set the bait, and Titus goes tumbling over the top rope down to the arena floor right in front of our broadcast position.
A manager, without laying his hands on anybody, Rich, can make a big difference just in the psychological advantage he can create for his wrestling.
Without a doubt. Of course, we saw McNeil earlier tonight. He seems to be assembling himself quite a stable here in RWE, as he had the maestro Guy Alexander, and now, of course, well, Thomas Santel, Antonio Thomas, whatever you want to call him. Marshall McNeil is here to make a statement in Real Warrior Entertainment.
Right now, Antonio is on top of his game, and Titus is taking quite a beating. Offensively, this thing has belonged to Antonio from the get-go.
Drops him right on the back of his head into a lateral press. Only a count of one from referee Kevin Quinn, fine official here in RWE. It's Uprising. It's the new initiative, the Real Warrior Initiative, and it's all about that big gold belt sitting right beside us here at the broadcast position. We're going to crown ourselves our first champion in December.
So many great athletes in that dressing room back there tonight. I was having such a great time talking to all these young guys, and some that I've known for a long time, had an opportunity to work with. Both these guys, I'm very high on, both of them.
Two tremendously talented performers, and that's what you've got here in RWE. It's been a restructuring of sorts. They have taken some talent and put them back on the bench for a little more seasoning, and elevated the game here of the competitors in RWE. You, as a trainer of several accomplished professional wrestlers, too many to list here, what do you see? Are you enjoying the action? I know you've been talking about a lot of the guys backstage. I think we've got a lot of great talent here, and the sky is the limit here for RWE.
Yeah, I agree. And Rich, in this business, I've been around 53 years, and I'm still try to get it right. Still try to perfect it. You continually learn and improve and improve your game, improve your offense if you're wrestling. I try to improve it as a trainer at this point in my life. These guys are both very passionate about this. And that, it's so much about the heart. Tonight when we opened the show, and Guido and I were talking about, it's about the size of the fight and the man as much as the size of the man himself. And Titus lights him up with a chop, but not enough to send him. Rhett trying to get back in this one, but Antonio has stayed right on top of him from the get-go.
It looks like he's trying to wrap him up in an abdominal stretch. Right there in front of the referee, Kevin Quinn. Kevin asking if Rhett Titus wants to submit, says no, emphatically says no.
And Antonio's got it hooked too. He's got that toe hooked in behind the calf on the left leg.
Flawless execution.
Yes, absolutely.
And still no submission, and you talk about the talent that both of these two men possess. You don't get into the Super 8 tournament by accident, that's for sure.
No, you absolutely do not. Nice backslide. Way to reverse it. Titus, good reversal.
And talk about some strength and power right there. Both men jockeying for position. Beautiful suplex with a bridge, and gets a count of 2.
Almost.
You talk about 53 years in the business. I have spent some 20 years in this business, learning every day, as you say you do, as do I. An honor to be calling a match here with you, as I heard you commentate several times growing up watching this business. So this is a big thrill for me, just helping dissect this match with somebody of your caliber. Adds a lot, not only to this broadcast, but to the promotion itself.
Thank you very much, Rich. I thought everybody that had heard me was dead by now. I thought I was that old.
And there's a shot. Thomas now up on the top rope.
Which is not a good place to be unless you're on top of the offense, and he's not at this point. Although he may be back on it right now. Let's see.
Thomas going to go airborne.
Rhett got him solid in the midsection.
And apparently Marshall McNeil felt it here at ringside.
What does he do with that croquet racket anyway?
He's been known to strike an opponent or two.
I can think of a good use for it, but I won't mention it.
No, not on this family show. And Thomas just backs Titus back into that corner.
Nice sidestep by Titus. Hip lock. Pretty. Nice move, Rhett. Nice move.
Back elbow knocks him down to the canvas.
Whoa.
And now, like we saw earlier with Titus on the outside, it's Thomas on the outside. McNeil there with the encouragement. You got to wonder if the maestro's backstage looking on. He didn't have such a good night against Vladimir Joseph.
Pretty drop kick, man. He got up and laid out on that one. Sweet. Almost, but no cigar.
McNeil holding his chest. I mean, we might have to get a doctor out here. McNeil might be too much for his heart to take.
Would that remove him from ringside if we got a doctor? if so, I'm all for it, Rick.
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. He's a loud, boisterous gentleman, if you will. Titus from behind.
Drops a leg across the back of the neck and drives him face first into that canvas. Rhett's back in this one now for sure.
Oh, and there's McNeil on the outside, draping the leg of his charge. Antonio Thomas on the bottom rope. Again, only 2 from Kevin Quinn. Unbeknownst to referee Kevin Quinn, was the outside interference of McNeil.
Now this is a qualifying match for the 10-man gauntlet in December, am I correct?
I do understand that.
It is, yes.
Yeah, because we've got that belt and we have to crown an inaugural champion in December. So big implications here in this match. Titus now has chased McNeil to the back. He's done us a favor. Now it's mano a mano.
Yep. And Antonio needs to get that gas back in the tank. He needs to get the wind back. Titus topside. Oh, whoa! Thomas moves. Titus hits that mat, belly first. Pretty suplex.
With a bridge and gets the 1, 2,
right.
3. Let's let the fans know who won that match.
Here's your winner, Thomas the Promise Santel.
Well, that's what McNeil is telling me his name is, and we're going to let
You know, I just thought about the Santel thing. Luthez trained with Ed Santel years, way even before my time. But I was thinking I recognized that name, and it just came to me. Yeah, Ed Santel was one of the men that trained Luthez.
When you talk about Luthez, you're talking about a legend, and as is Les Thatcher, and we are going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to see the benchmark Bill Daly in action against Shane Marvel next here in RWE.